Greetings, Nimrods. So, one of the last videos I did, we were talking about deer hunting in Maine and how I was hoping to get up for the end of the season. That did not happen. Life got busy and um, was not able to take the time to drive the 300 miles to the camp in Maine and spend a fortune on gas doing so. To hunt the last couple days of the season up there. But fortunately, I was able to get access to some interesting land in the lesser New England state that I live in, where there are plenty of deer, and unless you have access to private land, uh, the deer hunting's not so good. There is public land that has deer, but because there's so little, you are going to see way more deer hunters than deer. And I like to still hunt, which it's just not fun when there's a lot of people in the woods. So, at any rate, there's the tree in this particular land. The story is that there were people hunting on this land. And I've known this guy for years, and he's had long-standing relationship with hunters. And the guy who hunted shotgun season decided he was not going to hunt there this year because the brush had really grown up. He wasn't able to trim any brush there for regulatory reasons I won't get into. So the land had not been maintained for a few years, and the brush really has grown up. And when I first went there, I was like, "Oh, geez, am I really going to be able to find a spot that I can hunt?" I can certainly have plenty of deer sign, and this is about the openest spot I found. And fortunately, there's a nice big oak tree in the middle of it that I can set my rope in, and that's what I did. So I was pretty happy once I got this rope in the tree and got up there. I really had a nice spot. And I had to do it during the season. That I hunted the day I put the rope in, which you see videos of guys throwing ropes in trees and they get it done in a few minutes. It doesn't work that way. Especially when there's cap briars, I spent half an hour just cutting brush around the tree so I could actually throw a rope or a throw line without it snagging on things. It's really frustrating getting rope in a tree. And we'll do a video on SRT at some point because I am happy with it. But regardless, so this is the view from the stand. I call it a stand, but I'm sitting on a sit drag hanging on a rope about 25 feet up. Um, Pretty happy with that. There's a lot of brush down there. I know I'm going to be shooting through a little bit of brush when I shoot at something. There are openings, but a lot of cap briars. So no matter where I'm shooting, you can see a house. There's actually two houses in frame there, about 150 yards out. And there's actually the other fellow's stand is over there about 60 yards as well, just to the left of that holly tree. The only green thing you see in the frame, you can't see the stand though, but it is there. So flashback to when I was deer hunting in Maine, I had a little conundrum where, well, not really. I didn't have a doe tag, and I saw plenty of does, and I had does walking around underneath my stand, a mother and two fawns, and I was thinking, well, gee, I guess I'm lucky I don't have a doe tag because I'd have a horrible choice to make whether I shoot the mother or here we are back in Maine. Do I shoot the mother or do I shoot one of the does? And in this scenario, I could have shot any of them because they were just lingering around under me for minutes. I was able to get the phone out of my pocket and get pictures of them. So guess what happens in the lesser state that I reside in? You always get a doe tag unless you forget to apply, because there are plenty of deer, and you're just not going to get a doe tag if you apply. So I got a doe tag, and what happened? Well, I saw a mother and a fawn. Actually, I saw a few deer, but the first shot I had, the first one that was in the open that I could actually shoot at, it was a mother and a fawn, and the decision was easier because the fawn was a clear shot and the mother was not. So I shot the fawn, and I was happy that it dropped pretty much on the spot. When you're shooting a muzzleloader, you really can't tell. There's a big cloud of smoke. I was a little baffled when I got down on the ground and saw that there was blood in front of the deer. So it must have jumped back, or there was a real splatter effect because it's quite a bit of blood forward of the deer. There was no exit wound on the deer. The bullet was recovered. And well, actually, I'm planning to do a video on the ballistics because now I've shot three deer with that muzzle loader, three different ranges and three different experiences, and I think it would make an interesting video. You'll have to subscribe to see that because Uncle Google any kind of blood in a video, and it's just not going to hit the browser. I've got a couple of videos on deer hunting that have not seen all but a few people, and just subscribers, I think, will get it in their feed. But anybody else, it's just not going to come up because it's got blood in it. So I was happy to get a deer. It would be nice if it was a bigger deer, but any deer is better than no deer. So look forward to those videos on the muzzleloader and the SRT. I'm probably going to do those relatively soon. You can see the deer that I shot. This is the actual footage. I'm getting down from the tree now, and I just stuck the phone in my pocket for this video, and you can just get to see my beautiful hands. But it's a good little video of showing actually how that blade device works when rappelling out of the tree. You go down a lot faster than you go up. And there's the deer, and if you look carefully, you'll see the stand of the other fellow in the background. I guess he's got a pretty good spot. I had to shoot 50, 60 yards to get into that spot, but at any rate, now it's time to clean up. One last look at the tree before I take the rope out of it. And happy to have a bloody tailgate. Wasn't a big deer, obviously. A fawn, little button buck, as it were. It's probably about 60, 65 pounds. Only netted about 25 pounds of meat. But hey, 25 pounds is better than no meat, which was, since it was the second to last day of the season too, we'll take it. Happy hunting, Nimrods.